to Animal Friends. Here in the Singapore Zoo, we take care of all animals, not just the wild ones. Speaking of which, our little village of domestic animals thrives on an awesome combination of great love and nutrition. So, I'm happy to share with all of you that our Animal Friends presentation is proudly sponsored by PetCubes. And PetCubes empowers paw parents to make healthy and nutrition choices for their pets. Now you guys might be wondering, what are we going to do here today, right? So let me tell you, today we're going to celebrate the fun, the adventure, and the warm feelings we share with all our special animal friends. So with that being said, if you guys are ready for Animal Friends, how about everyone make some noise? Alright! You know, animals are truly amazing. They have so many special abilities and keen senses we can't even imagine. And today, our animal friends from all around KidzWorld want to represent your species. First, I have a question for all of you. Which animals have you seen in KidzWorld today? Shout out your answers. Falabellas, rabbits, dogs, cheetahs, cats, giraffes, goats, elephants, crocodiles. Well, all those are really amazing animals. Here in KidzWorld, we have a lot of domestic ones. And today, I'm going to introduce you our first animal friend coming all the way from Animal Land. And that is our outdoor exhibit. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our pygmy goat, Eve. There she is. Everyone say hello, Eve. Eve here, she's accompanied with her favorite trainer, Eric. And Eve is 3 years old this year. Today, she's going to represent her species and also demonstrate how we use some of our training tools over here in Mandai. Now in our trainer Eric's hand, he's holding on to a training tool called a target stick. But when Eve touches the tip of her nose to the tip of the target stick, just like that, she'll get her favorite treats as a reward. And today, she's getting some of her favorite goat pellets. And this target stick is very useful. We can use it to guide Eve to move from one point to another and walk all the way across the plank, because wherever her nose goes, her body follows. And we can also use this training tool to guide Eve to complete some simple behaviors. So let us see what behaviors Eve has learned. Alright, Eve here, she's also a really curious goat. She loves to snip about. And there she goes, she can stand on her hind two legs. Well done. So just like that, we have trained Eve to complete some simple behaviors, and you can train your animal friends at home as well. You can create a training tool just like a target stick using some simple homemade materials, like a chopstick with a distinct tip at the end. And using some positive reinforcement training, you can guide your animal friends to complete some simple behaviors as well. And right now, as you can see, Eve here, she has a really good sense of balance. She can do some spins on that tiny platform over there. And she climb onto these tiny planks on the stage, as well as the logs in the exhibit. Goats are actually known to be one of the world's best rock climbers. So for those of you sitting over here, right in front of Eve, how many toes do you see on each hoof? Take a close look. 2, that's absolutely right. Goats have 2 toes on each hoof, and they have them to grip onto really small surfaces. And some goats can even climb really steep cliffs. Alright, right now we're going to further demonstrate Eve's incredible sense of balance. Let us see if she can complete the obstacle course at the back of the stage. First, we have a triangle A-frame. Let us see. Wow, that was really easy. Good job, Eve. Now let's try something a little bit more difficult. In the middle, we have a seesaw, and this is a moving obstacle course. Let us see if Eve is up for the challenge. Alright, looks like Eve tried to go around it, but that's alright. Let's try this one more time. How about everyone give Eve some encouragement? You can do it, Eve. And there she goes. Well done. Really brave. And she has shown us how amazing goats are. They have an incredible sense of balance. Let's try one last obstacle course all the way on the left side of the stage. Look at her go. Nice and easy. Well done. Very confident. Alright, and with that, it's time for Eve to head back home. How about everyone say bye, Eve? Goodbye, Eve, and thank you, Trainer Eric. Now Eve will slowly make her way back to the goats exhibit, which is an animal land located right behind you. So our goats exhibit is open every day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can enter the goats exhibit and meet our friendly goats, give them some pets and give them some brushes, and you can get to know each and every one of them. All our goats, just like Eve, have their own name and a very unique personality. So you can get to know each and every one of them. To identify Eve, she's our smallest pygmy goat with a full black coat and really tiny horns. So you can ask our trainers with help to identify her. If you need some help, they'll be very happy to help you. Alright, our next superstar. This superstar are really amazing. They have a great sense of hearing, an incredible eyesight, but most importantly, they have a very strong sense of smell. Their sense of smell is so strong they can help us sniff out drugs, bonds, and even the presence of melanoma cancer. I think you can hear our superstar really excited to come out. They're known to be man's best friend. So who do you think it is? Dogs, that's right. So let's switch things up a little bit. Now, our canine superstar, he loves to perform and he loves the attention, but he lacks a little bit of self-confidence, and that's where all of you guys are going to come in. Right now, we're going to do his training session in front of all of you, and right at the start, when he starts his obstacle course, I need everyone to cheer for him, alright? So I'm setting up this simple obstacle course using some lightweight and recycled materials. We have some flower pots, some very colorful hula hoops which matches his personality, and some bamboo poles. All of these materials, they are lightweight for the safety of our animals, and they are recycled for the environment. Now with some finishing touches, the obstacle course is complete, and it's time for him to demonstrate what he does. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gentle George. There we go, everyone say hi, George. George here, accompanied by his favorite trainer, Afrika. George by nature, he's a little bit shy, a little bit cautious, so our trainer Afrika has asked him to offer some simple behaviors, which George is very familiar with. Just like that. And now when our trainer feels that George is ready, they're going to try and navigate through this obstacle course. Everyone cheer George on! Good job, George! And now onto the hula hoops! One last one, there we go! Everyone, give it up for George. Look at him, with your encouragement, he gains so much more confidence and is completing a few more simple behaviors. Alright, I think it's time for George to head back home. Everyone say bye, George. Bye, George. Looks like George is saying thank you, everyone, for cheering him on. Alright, last but not least, we have one more final superstar. And this superstar also lives at Animal Land right beside the goats exhibit. Those of you who've been to Animal Land today, which animal do you think it is? Horses, that's absolutely right. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you our miniature horse. This is Arabella. There she is. Everyone say hello, Arabella. Arabella here is a falabella. And falabellas are a type of miniature horse, and they come from Argentina. They were actually bred by the falabella family, and that is how they got their name falabella. So Arabella here, she's 21 years old this year, but she's still at this really cute size. Falabellas, just like Arabella, can live for up to 45 years. So right now, let me share with you a little bit about their routine. So falabellas over here, for breakfast, they love to eat hay, and for lunch, they love to eat hay, and for dinner, they love to eat hay as well. That's right, they eat a lot of hay all throughout the day. That consists of what they have for their main diet. And of course, for some treats, they get some carrots as well. And occasionally, our falabellas also walk around the whole zoo. And this is for their exercise, and it's also a part of enrichment where they get to meet other animal friends and also use all their senses, like their incredible sense of hearing and their wonderful sense of smell. But right before we bring them out for a walk, we must do one very important thing. We must make sure that they are very beautiful, they are fully groomed. And so we have 5 different grooming tools that we use to groom our falabellas. And now, our trainer Eric is going to demonstrate how we groom them and how we keep them really clean. And this grooming session, we do it every day for our falabellas, and that's how they look so fantastic. So first up, our first grooming tool is a curry comb. And this curry comb, we use it to brush our Arabella's body in circular motions. So look at that, all the dust and all the loose fur is falling off her body and it's coming to the surface. And actually, after that, you look at the part at the currycomb, you'll see a lot of fur stuck in there. Wow, that's a lot of fur. And there's still a lot more fur on Arabella's body, so now it's time to brush it off. We're going to use a hard brush. And this is how we keep her whole body clean. Just like that, Arabella looks really clean right now, but her face is still a little bit dirty. So we're going to use our next brush. This is a soft brush. And this soft brush, the bristles are a lot more gentle and we use it for the face. And now Arabella has a sensitive face, but we're being very gentle with her and keeping her face nice and clean. Last but not least, we must keep her beautiful mane very neat and tidy, as well as a forelock and a tail. So we are going to use a comb. And there it is. We're combing her mane over here nicely and gently. And sometimes our keepers also love to give Arabella some very cute hairstyles. I think she has a nice braid over here at the front that our trainer Eric gave her right before she came on stage. And just like that, Arabella here, she looks really beautiful and it's time for her to maybe go on a walk. Later on, you might catch our trainer Eric, bring her out for a walk all around the zoo. And with that, if we come to the end of our demonstration, it's time for Arabella to head back home and say bye, Arabella. Alright, so what we're trying to show you from our presentation is that no two animals are the same. We have Arabella, George, as well as our pygmy goat Eve. Each of them has such different personalities. That's why it's very important as us animal trainers and animal caregivers to understand each individual animal so that we can shape their behaviors to ultimately help them succeed. Alright guys, as we draw to a close, I want to leave you all with one important message. George, the dog you've met, he was adopted by the Singapore Zoo. And all our cats, the ones in litter pods, they were rescued from the streets of Singapore. They were once stray cats. So the message of Animal Friends is very simple. If you want to get a pet, adopt, don't shop. You may not be able to change the world just by adopting one animal, but for that one animal, their whole world is changed forever. And on that note, let's bring back our superstars who would love to say goodbye, starting with our Japanese big siblings. This is George as well as his sister Katie. There they are. Josh and Katie, the two of them, they're 12 years old this year. They came to us when they were just tiny puppies. They were part of an illegal smuggling operation from Malaysia into Singapore. The authorities rescued them, and the Singapore Zoo decided to adopt them. And now they're part of our lovely KidzWorld family. Next time, I want to introduce you to one of our up-and-coming superstars. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our domestic shorter cat, Mama Fudge. There she is. Now this is one of Mama Fudge's first time being here on stage. She's still getting used to being pet to people, meeting new people, but right now she's gained so much more confidence. She's made such good progress. So when Mama Fudge first came to us, she was a little bit shy, a little bit cautious, just like most stray cats. So what we're going to see us do is we're going to use associative learning to help her associate the stage with everything positive, like her favorite food, sunflower chicken, safety, as well as love from our trainer over there. Look at her giving Mama Fudge all the love and affection. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us here today. Before you go, please come down and say hi to all of our animal superstars. But just one request, please be very gentle with them, and for Mama Fudge, please form a neat queue for her as well as our Falabella, alright? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here today. Hope you have a wonderful day, take care, and bye-bye!